Hello, konnichiwa. My name's James Montague and I am the author of 1312 Among the Ultras, a journey with the world's most extreme fans. I'm so proud and happy that this book is going to be translated into Japanese and is now released as Ultras. I have some experience of coming to Japan and watching fans and supporters and Ultras myself. In fact, I've seen the Saint Hiroshima Ultras twice. Once when they were playing in an Asia Champions League game in Thailand, and I think probably the most memorable moment was in 2012, and I travelled with the Ahlawi, the Ultras from Al Ahly in Cairo, in Egypt, and their team had just won the African Champions League and they were playing in the Club World Cup. And I went to watch Saint Hiroshima play Al Ahly in the Toyota Stadium in Nagoya, and it was one of the most memorable experiences, not just because I was with my friends from Egypt, a group of ultras that have played such an important role in the Egyptian revolution, not that I'd spent time there with Amadou Fahmy, the leader of the ultra group, who sadly is no longer with us, but also because of the atmosphere within the stadium. I think it was the first time that many of these Egyptian fans and players had ever seen snow at a football match. But it was the atmosphere as well, created by the Saint Hiroshima ultras and supporters, and it really made me think that ultra culture is global. It's not just European, it's not just South American. When I was writing ultras, and I met some terrifying people, some inspirational people, I met some people who played their roles in revolutions, I met people who played roles in, furthering the aims of organised crime. But what I'd learned from travelling around the world and speaking to ultras is that this was in every corner of the world. This was in Africa, this was in North America, this is in Central America, this is in the furthest reaches of Eastern Europe, and this was also a culture that you would find thriving in Asia. There's a chapter in this book about Indonesia, which I think is probably my favourite chapter. It's the chapter that I got closest to being killed. But it's a chapter that shows you how much ultra culture is about taking influences from around the world, a kind of globalisation of culture, and mixing it all together and creating something that is recognisably Italian or British or South American, but also recognisably Indonesian, Japanese or Malaysian or even Chinese. And so seeing Indonesia in particular and experiencing the song and the organisation of supporters in Japan, to me this is as valid a scene and as valid an ultras movement as there is anywhere else in the world. And I think one of the conclusions I make in the book is that this is the future of the ultra movement. Police control has made it harder and harder for people to organise in the same ways like they used to, especially in Italy, in the UK, in Germany. It's getting harder and harder, whereas I'm seeing, especially in a place like Indonesia, that the roots and the original ideas of the ultra movement have been or are being kind of played out there and in North America and in North Africa in particular. And these are the future places for the ultra movement to grow. So I hope you enjoy the book, and I can't wait to get a copy of it myself because the cover looks incredible and it looks by far the coolest book I've ever had published. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Cheers.